Hello, I think some people have been joining. Great. Good to have some people on board. Please just give us about 5 minutes while we invite other people to join. We'll be starting very shortly. Thank you for joining and just hold on for some minutes. If you are joining, you are very much welcome. Welcome. You can type where you are joining us from while we wait about 3 more minutes before we start. Good evening, everyone. So good to have some people joining us live. Please, in the comment section, I'm trying to bring up my video now. Let us know where you are joining from, your name, and where you are joining from. Um, all right, so good to have you online. For many people that are joining us, we are starting now, but I just want you to know where you are joining from. I know you all are aware of why we are doing this live stream, and that's because of the relocation to Canada and what we're set to do, and putting you through what you need to put in place in order to be able to get your relocation to Canada right in year 2025, and especially leveraging the current opportunity that you have. So let's me see in the comments where you are joining from. Okay, Engineer Bam, you welcome. Bridget, you welcome. Hope you welcome. Omojola from Lagos, from Abuja. Agnes, you are really welcome. Mary from Adamawa, welcome. Adibayo from Lagos, you welcome. Blessing from Lagos, you are welcome. Welcome, everyone. I know some people are still joining us. No, Sir Smooth, you are welcome. Joining us from Abuja. That's great. That's great. I'm so happy to have you all on the live stream this evening. I know some other people will be joining us even as the program go on, but nonetheless, I want to welcome. I also have a team member in the name of Sheifumi, who is also moderating the comment section. I want to say you are very much welcome. It's good to have you on this session tonight. So, everyone, you're welcome. I'm so happy that you're able to make it this evening. Without wasting much any more further of your time, I'm going straight to give a brief as regards the updates on what is going on in Canada right now and how you can leverage this opportunity for um, the you can leverage this opportunity to be able to move yourself and your family to Canada this year 2025. Many of us might have heard of the updates which was given by the Minister for Immigration in Canada, Miller, as regards the intention of Canada to bring in more caregivers into Canada in year that has been.
Today, I'm very pleased to announce that we are launching new pilots that will provide.
Okay, let me hold on that. I hope you can hear me. So some of you might have been aware of that, and that is because of the initiative to uh, supplement the losses that have been in Canada lately, because there had been various immigration changes in Canada. So there have been shortages in terms of the workforce. Many people in Canada don't want to do all these kind of, let me call them brown collar jobs. Many of them prefer the white collar. So there had been a major shift in their caregiving. So there had been shortages. And the only way they can complement that is to bring people from outside, that's foreign workers like yourself, to come and work in Canada. Very briefly, if you don't know about me, I am Timothy Adirogba by name. I'm based in Lagos, Nigeria. I'm a travel consultant and I work with immigration experts that are resident in Canada, in US, in UK, especially, but majorly Canada, because that's what we are discussing in this particular webinar. So I work with, some of you might have known of names like Sheyi Obasi, Olufemi Loye in Canada. So I work with these people and get information from them, and then whatsoever we're able to get, we are able to also leverage that opportunity to bring to Nigerians, especially, but not only in Nigeria. We also have people in Ghana and some other African countries like that that harness our link to be able to get their relocation straight. And that is exactly what I am bringing to all of you this evening. In very brief, and I have some slides uh, I would be showing you. So I really welcome you all. and we're starting very well. So very briefly, I just want you to write down in the comments what are your expectations, or probably you have some burning questions. Even before I start, I have some slides prepared, but before I go in, if you have any question, if you have your expectations, what are you hoping to be able to learn this minutes? I hope within the next 45 minutes we'll be done. So please let me hear in the comment section. I know some people are just joining us. If you are joining us, you are also very much welcome. We're happy to have Engineer Bam. We're happy to have Dr. Liam. You're all welcome. Aishat from Lagos, you're welcome. Golden Sun from Lagos, you're welcome. Chibuzo, Germany, you're very much welcome. Good to have you. So let me hear your expectations in the comment section. What are your expectations um, for this evening? Let me hear that. What are your expectations? What are you looking forward to learn this evening? Okay, I'm still waiting for our comments. Okay, I think some comments are coming in. That's great. That's great. Okay, 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 okay. Some are trying to find out what they need to know about the pilot scheme. Okay, and its requirements. Very well. We are diving that into that straight up. Some people want to know the list of high demand jobs in Canada. That's fine. We are also going to touch on that. Some people want to know, okay, about more about caregiving. Okay, we're also going to dive into that, what caregiving is, and what the job is about, and how you can transition into the new career. So that is also very much welcome. We are going to dive into that as well. Some people want to know how applicants from Nigeria can be able to match, okay, those of UK. Well, this evening we are talking about Canada, so but definitely I can also touch on that as well. I will also be touching on the application processes. I'm going to be touching on how you can get job offers. I know many of us have been eager to that. I've been getting a lot of DMs, questions in my DM as regards this particular question, asking about what we can do about Canada. So don't worry, we are going to touch on that as well. We are going to touch on that. We are going to touch on that as well. We are going to touch on that. Okay. All right. So I initially, I'm going on into the presentation, talked about why Canada wants more immigrants. I made this clear uh, that the Canadian workforce is aging. There are many of them are getting older and older. The young people are looking more for white collar jobs. So some people that have been into caregiving or home support, they are moving to other jobs. And so there's a lot of shortage in the workforce. And in order to be able to complement this shortage, there needs to be more people coming in. And that is the reason why in year 2025, about 5,500 immigrants in foreign care are being invited for this new pilot program in year 2025 alone. As a matter of fact, over the course of 2025 to 2027, there is a slot for about 1.5 million immigrants to come into Canada. But this is not only limited to the caregiving PR route, including express entry, including provincial nominee. About 1.5 million people. That's a huge, and that's an opportunity that you can key into. And more importantly for you to know is that information is key. The reason why many people have not gotten it through is not because these things are not working. It is because we fail to get attention to what is necessary. And that is the reason why I am here today to share with you this. So see this information I'm sharing on my screen right now. You can see the one reason that Canada, this is from official Canada immigration website. They are eager for caregivers to come and become permanent residents in their country. They are short, and you need to be able to key into this to come in. I will quickly give a quick insight into what it means when you do work permit. So the conventional work permit that many of us actually get to know about, that many of us are aware about, like those ones, they are usually elaborate. And what I mean by that is that they are jobs that you don't have to be limited to a particular scheme. Some people um, some people will go towards that route using maybe administrative routes, medical routes, education routes. So there's a lot of vast, depending on your occupation, you can go through those routes. But usually they are temporary work permits. So what that means is that they will give you probably like 3 years, 5 years to just come and work on legal permit. But before the end of that 3 or 5 years, you are expected to either leave Canada or transition to another legal status. So part of the legal status can be um, either you are staying in Canada as a, if you are not a worker, you might be a student. Probably you're a student, or probably you are a permanent resident or a citizen. Those are legal status. Or some people will now decide to seek asylum, which is not advisable. Many of you have been hearing of the news of what is going on currently in United States. The United States deporting thousands of Nigerians, and not only in Nigeria, even other countries, they are deporting them back to their countries because they are out of legal states. Now, US, we can hear of what's going on in US, we hear of what is going on in UK. Many of countries are actually deterring immigrants. Why Canada also is trying to regulate its population and the immigrants coming in, there's still a lot of opportunities like this one I'm showing you right now. There's still a lot of opportunity for you to harness and key into it. Canada is still inviting people to come into their country. So see this I'm sharing on my screen now. Canada plans to reduce work experience requirement for caregivers and provide pathways to permanent residence. So they are actually in a state of desperation, a state of need for this particular workforce. If they have so much of it, it's just like force of law and demand. A place where you have so much of something, you don't need people from outside to come in. But when you don't have enough of them, you will try a lot of means to attract them, to entice them in order to come. So Canada wants people that are willing to come and take care of their older ones, take care of their young ones, or take care of people that they can know that are disabled. So caregivers are health support workers that either take care of the young, or take care of the old, or take care of the vulnerables. So there are a series of vulnerables in the society that they don't know how to handle themselves. They don't know how to take care of themselves. Those are caregivers, or they also call them home support workers. So these people are being invited. They will be attached either to a clinic or a healthcare facility or a home care, where they will be able to take care of the young, take care of the old, or take care of the vulnerables. And that is where you two can come in. Now, probably you're someone, you don't have an experience in this thing. I have a good news for you. It's easy to learn. Very much easy to learn. You don't have to be an expert to get this right. It's not rocket science. You can get it right. You can get it done. You can learn it in 2 weeks to maximum of 3 months, and you can be proficient at it. And interestingly, it can be a transitioning route. So the fact that you get in does not mean that you have to stay there permanently. Now, for open work permit example, you are compulsorily tied to your employer. Because it's a closed work permit, you must work for that employer. And because if you don't work for that employer, you are out of a legal status, because your work permit is tied to LMIA, which is your employer's reward. But on the other hand, for this particular one I'm sharing with you, which is the Canada PR route, it is tied to permanent resident. And as a permanent resident, you are not tied to any employer. You are free to take on any employment, and you have many rights that are also equivalent to what a citizen in Canada we have. And interestingly, something good about permanent residents is that within 3 to 5 years, you can gain Canada citizenship. I must tell you at this point that there's no other country in the whole wide world that can give you citizenship so quick and so sharp to a foreigner like that of Canada. So whether you choose to even go in the caregiver permanent residence route, and if you are someone you have reservations, oh, this permanent residence is too much for me, they have requirements that I'm not able to meet up, you can still go even as a temporary work resident into Canada as a caregiver. So you don't have to necessarily limit yourself to the permanent resident route. The permanent residents have some requirements which I'm going to share with later, like the English requirement. If you know that you don't even want to do those ones, maybe you are not academically inclined and you don't want to go to those stress, simply getting a job offer in Canada as a caregiver, because it's a hot demand job. If you've been seeing some of our posts that we post on our general group, you'll be seeing some of this latest release. The vacancies are more frequent than many other jobs because they are looking for them. They are looking for you. They are looking for caregivers. So you can work temporarily, and from there you can easily transition to becoming a permanent resident. This is a good news for many, and I know that you can key in into this and harness this program. I know some people are dropping questions. You can keep them coming over the course of the presentation. I will ensure that I am addressing many of your questions. All right. So that is what this caregiver program, the latest one, the current trend as we see, that is actually going on. So that is the reason why, if you've seen the video of the immigration officer in Canada coming online and sharing the experience, sharing the experience of what they are bringing on board in order to be able to attract caregivers to their country. It is because they see caregivers as valuable contribution to the economy of Canada. And this provides you multiple opportunities. Part of the opportunity is that you get to earn in Canadian dollars, even if it is 25 Canadian dollars per hour. In Naira, that is equivalent to more than 25,000 Naira. And when you look at how much you're earning like 40, you are working about 40 hours a week. You're earning about 40 hours a week. That means you are earning close to 1 million just in 1 week. And the opportunities are endless. The opportunities are endless. From there, you can grow in the career or transition to another career and be earning even much more. You can move with family with this route. Let me use this time to explain that. You can move with family. For closed work permit, for example, your work permit is tied to you. So anyone that comes to Canada through you will be attached as a dependent. Canada will not be responsible for them. Rather, they are responsible only for the person they are giving work permits. So the other people are just coming with you like they are visitors, but it is you that they are dependent. But for permanent residence covers your entire family. As long as you have the legal document to prove that this person is your legally married husband or wife and your children, you have absolute license for them. There's a question I want to answer here about visa. Now, when it gets to that point of visa, you are the one that will pay for the visa. The only issue is that it is visa sponsored, so your employer will give you a certificate of employment, which Canada entitles as the LMIA. So LMIA means Labor Market Impact Assessment, and it means that the employer has certified that they've tried getting workers in Canada, but they couldn't get. That's why they are bringing you in. So that employer must have that certificate to present to the IRCC, which is the immigration, like the Ministry of Immigration in Canada. They are the ones responsible for issuing your license and your visa to come into Canada. So once the employer sends them that LMIA and they are certified, okay, this is an LMIA job, it is that they will use to facilitate your work visa. So work visa being that they are the ones sponsoring your visa, you are coming into Canada in the name of that company, in the name of that employer. That's why we call it visa sponsorship. But as regards the cost, you still have to pay about 250 Canadian dollars at that point of applying for your visa for the processing fees, but not more than that. The LMI itself costs over 1,000 Canadian dollars, but it is the employer that will pay that on his own end, not you. So some people use this as scamming, and they scam people that don't have information, and that's why we are bringing this information to you, so you know everything you need to know from A to Z about the process. You don't have to pay that brutal amount of money, and at the point at which you are paying is at the point of getting your visa clarified. Yeah, so I hope you get that. So I would also like you to go online and verify this information yourself. They are open source information. They are not hidden. So now let me go on to explain the requirements for this new permanent residence on arrival route. What's the requirement? Number one requirement is that you have a job offer in home or childcare sector. You must have a job offer. Now, this might be a big deal. Many people have been asking me, how do I get a job offer? How do I know where to get a job offer? And things like that. But good news is that we have a group where we share many of this information. Some of you might have already been in the group, but if you are not in the group, you can message me after this webinar to add you up. There are opportunities for you. So we share information we get from immigration experts in Canada that are verified. They're not just pulling anything from internet. They are coded information. And immediately we get those information, we share it quickly with those in our inner circle, so that you too, you can harness that information and immediately, as soon as you can, apply for those information before they get snatched, because these things fly very quickly. So once you see the employment offer, apply with your Canada standard resume, and if you're able to get through, you are invited for interview and then you're able to get into the program. Number two is that you need an ECA or West evaluation of your educational certificates. So they require a minimum of high school. So some people have said, I have a bachelor's, or I have an HND, I have an OND, or I have an NCE. All of that is acceptable in this route. For some people that have been trying express entry, you will notice that in express entry, the higher your credentials, the higher your points. So as a matter of fact, with the number of points that the express entry is at right now, formally express entry still allows for 365 CRS score, 400 CRS, but now the list is 500. If you don't even have up to 500, forget it. You cannot be able to enter Canada through express entry. You must have 500, 600, 700. That is the point at which they can accept you. So what are the things that contribute to those scores? Part of it is your educational requirement. So they will tell you that if you don't have masters, the chances of you winning express entry is quite slim. You must have some other strong points for you, especially for someone that is not, if age is not now on your side, you may not be able to get through. But for this route, even if you have masters, even if you have PhD, it does not matter. All they need from you is your words to prove that you passed your high school diploma, whether it is WAEC, whether it is NECO, or whether it's JUPEB, whatsoever one. Just have that evaluation. That is all you need. And if you have BSc too, that is also what you use as evaluation, because they know that if you have BSc or you have OND, definitely you have passed through secondary school. I hope you are getting it. So that is what is needed. Number three is recent and relevant work experience. So they want to know what work you have been doing. They want to know that you have been working as a caregiver, or you have been working as an healthcare assistant, or something related to that home support worker. So even if you have not been doing it, even if it is a volunteering work is a work experience. Even if it is on the side too is a work experience. And even if you don't have it, you can start. Even with your full-time job, you can still be taking out time to be volunteering at an healthcare, or find a way of getting a reference from a place that they can certify that, okay, this person can do this job. That's what they need. They need to be sure that you can do the job, and they want the reference. Once you can get that, you are good. Number 4 requirement is that you must have English proficiency. So that English proficiency is either you have IELTS, you have PTE. They want to be sure that you can communicate, because you are dealing with people, whether they are young, whether they are old, whether they are vulnerable. You must be able to speak with them. And for you to be able to speak with them, you must be able to, you understand what I'm saying? You must be able to communicate effectively to those people you want to speak with. So this is an opportunity for us and everyone, especially in Nigeria, to be able to key into and use this. So you must write IELTS, but interestingly, the minimum score is 4 band. I must tell you, if you can hear what I'm telling you now, if you can understand what I'm saying now, 4.0 on IELTS is not your problem. If you can read what is on my screen right now, you don't have a problem. except you cannot understand and you are using a translator. If you are not using a translator on this webinar, if you are not using somebody, if somebody is not interpreting for you on this webinar, IELTS is not your problem. For some routes, like we have express entry, we have study route. Study route has IELTS academic, express entry have IELTS general, and all those things. They have their individual requirements, but their requirements are usually a minimum of 6 band. But this one, they just say just have 4 band. 4 band is the least you can get. It's like, even if you don't read, definitely I will advise you to read so that you can score higher. But even if you don't read and you can hear what I'm saying, 4 band is not your problem. You can easily go for that exam and pass it at a go. Now, many of you may be wondering, how do I even start? Now, if you don't even know how to start, just hold on, because that is why I've organized a team, and my team and I are willing and ready to help as many people as possible if you need more guide or closer guide and consultation on how to see this through. What are the benefits of Canada Caregivers Advisor? Number 1 is that through it, you're able to gain Canadian permanent residence easily. Within 6 months, some routes you might be there 1 year, 2 years, they did not pick me and keep trying. But this one, within 6 months, your processing, you don't do. You need very low score. If you can have IS5, the minimum is 4. So if you can have 5, you are good. Able to work for any employer in Canada. So it does not mean, now we have another route called PMP. Some people might have heard of it, Provincial Nominee Program. Some of it is, for example, last week we had the virtual fair in Newfoundland and Labrador. At another time, it can be Ontario. At another time, it can be Winnipeg. But for this one, they are telling you that anywhere you want to work in Canada, whether it's in Quebec, whether it's in Ontario, whether it is in Winnipeg, whether it is in Prince Edward Island, whether it's in Saskatchewan, anywhere you can work. Just get a valid job offer and you are good to go. And from there, you'll be able to gain work experience. So you don't have to be in Canada to get this offer. All you have to be is get that Canadian employer. And that's why we advise that you don't just send your generic Nigerian CV and expect it to work. You have to customize it to be for the Canadian employer to be sure that you can fit into their culture. Once you can fit into their culture, they bring you in and you gain your Canadian work experience. From there, you can begin to explore other routes for yourself, for your children, for your family members, and other things. And from there, you become Canadian citizens. So the reasons why this PR route is far better is that it is very easy to move to Canada. Very easy. It is a very hot job demand right now. As a matter of fact, the program is officially launching on March 31st, year 2025. There is still time, but there's also no time. Because those people that you are competing with that also want to apply, all of them now, they are already getting their requirements ready. So that by the time it opens, all of them will just apply. So if you are here, you've not started, good news. Because this is the best time to start gathering all the requirements ready. You still have time in order to get them ready and apply. Number 2, you can start earning in Canadian dollars immediately you land. Even if you have to borrow money for your flight money. And good news, you don't even need much money. You don't need thousands of Canadian dollars to be able to move through this route. Once you start lending, you start earning cool cash. It's not that you are lending. Express entry, they will not guarantee you a job. But once you're able to get through, you come into Canada, you will settle. You will be looking for how to relocate, how to settle. But this one, before you land, job is already waiting for you. You land by like this, they give you PR, they give your family residence, and you start your work, you start earning. So it's a very good route. Number 3, permanent residence is available to bring in your family members. You are next to citizenship. You have very route. With permanent residence, you can stay anywhere in the country, any province you wish to stay in the country. You have access to health care. As a matter of fact, health care is free, not only for you, for your children. Then education for your dependents, your direct children, as long as they are under 18, Canada will take care of their education for you. Not only that, there's child benefits. Last year, November, Ontario State distributed child benefits of about $1,000 for every child. So if you're a permanent resident and you have a child registered in Canada, they will pay you money for taking care of that child. even though they are not born in Canada, but because you are a permanent resident, they will pay you money for that child, every child that you bring in. So there's opportunities endless if you know how to harness it. Number four, there is a growing demand in various industries, the healthcare industry, the technology industry, administrative industry in Canada right now. If you are smart enough, you know how to key into it. And one of the things we advise many of our clients, that once you get there, you don't go there and settle down. Immediately you find your feet 1, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months. If it's for you to take education, so that it will not happen that any system come in and they say you don't have a Canadian enough education, so you are not qualified to grow in this career. Immediately you get there, you start looking for how you can and so study so that you can even have Canadian education on your CV, and from there you easily grow in your career. So civic rights and amenities, I mentioned it. You don't need tuition. Many people are running away from Canada now because Canada study, because Canada is a favorable study route before, but because after increasing the minimum proof of fund by 100% last year, many people began to run away from it. I must tell you, Canada study is still very feasible if you know how to go about it. But if you know that the money is too expensive and you don't have it, you can begin to look into it. So interestingly, this route does not require tuition, does not require much proof of fund. As long as you're able to take care of yourself, you're able to provide your flight, settle all the necessary requirements. Before getting there, you will need some money, but if you can settle that, you are good to go. Interestingly, it has no age limit, whether you are 30, whether you are 40, whether you are 50. As long as you're able to get the job, you are good to go. There's no CRS score on age, there's no CRS score on education, you are free. But these are the hurdles which I must let us know so that you know what you are stepping into. It is not bed of roses. It's not something you sleep on your bed and in March 31st you wake up and the PR has already landed in your email. It does not work that way. You have to do the work. It is not free of cost. Yes, it is cheap. It is not like other routes, but it's not free of cost in the sense that Canada will not tell you to bring 1,000 naira in order for them to give you PR. But there are some things you have to pay for in order to make the advantage. If you have to pay for guide in order to make the work easy for you, abeg pay for it. If you have to pay for training, if you know IELTS is your problem, like I am even afraid of it, I don't need. If you need to pay for a tutor in order to train you for it, 3 weeks training, do 3 weeks training, take it and go and write the exam. If that is what you need, abeg go do it. If it will take you cost to refine your CV, to apply for jobs, to do those things, take it. The reward eventually will pay times 100 sef eventually. So it is worth it. Number three, it is not for the weak-hearted. If you know that you are someone that gets easily discouraged, you are someone that you don't like you don't like stress. This thing is not really stressful, but it takes diligence. It takes you to be smart. It takes you to know what you are doing. It takes you to be strong. It takes you to be determined. And that's why I say here that it's not for the weak-hearted. It is not without effort. It's not something that somebody somewhere will come and do for you. I've been seeing some people come to my DM and say, sir, how much will it cost? Do everything for us. I cannot do everything for you. I can give you the guide step by step, but you will do for it for yourself. When Canada is issuing it, it's your name they will put on it. If they want to make inquiries, it's you they will contact. So you have to know how to do it. You have to be able to defend your work. But if it's for guide, they are ready to help you. But it is not without effort. You have to put in the effort. Even if you have your full-time job, even if it is little time you can have on the weekend, you can get something done. And lastly, it is not impossible. It is not impossible. If you know you want to get this done, it is very much possible. Have that faith that no matter what the Canada is saying, I can do it. In Yoruba language, there is a saying. They will say, "Ba gun ewe ninu iyan ninu ewe, àbí tá roka nínú èpo ẹ̀pà, ẹni tó bá máa yó á yó." What that literally means is that whether they say they are employing 500 people, if you are going to be there, you will be there. Whether they say they are employing 5,000 people, if you are going to be there, you are going to be there. It is for you to get what is necessary for you to be counted among. So, what are the steps to get to a job in Canada? Find a job advert or know about a job opening. Many people find this very difficult, but interestingly, we have a group that we have created for people that know their worth and are able to do it, to get job openings every day, get updates. This is the job that is trending. This is the new vacancy. Someone here has given us in that they are employing. If you can apply, apply it. Send to their email. Send your resume. Send your cover letter. All those things. If you want to know way, you need to know road. Follow who know road so you no go fall into the gutter. So if you want such thing, we are ready to help you and give you that guide. Secondly, you need to know, check if you meet the requirements. Now, many people have a negative growth mindset. Once you check it, I don't have this, I don't have that, it's not for me. That's not the kind of mindset you should have. If you check it, the requirement, oh, I have this, but I don't have this, I don't have this. The next question that should come to your mind is, how can I have it? What can I do to get this requirement and meet up for this? So there are some jobs aside the general PR route, which is the immigration route. Some particular jobs, caregivers, they will state some criteria. For you to apply for this job, you must answer the following questions. This, that. Do you know that more than 70% of people that apply for that job will not answer those questions, and you expect to get the job? Now, funniest thing is that those kind of the jobs are easy to get because most people will not answer the questions, and the employer will simply use that criteria to disqualify many people. But if you're able to get the requirements right, all you just need to do is what? Use that opportunity, apply for the job, take all the steps it requires, answer the employer what he needs, and if you are lucky enough, you get it right, and they offer you the job offer. Number 3, ensure you apply for the job using Canadian standard resume and cover letter. It's not generic Nigerian CV. Later on, I'll be speaking about that. You just don't send anyhow. Ensure you have it in the style that they can easily understand and you have all the information they need. Number 4, once you're able to apply for the job, you get invited for interview. They usually have the interview, they will send you a mail. So ensure that you use the mail that is active. Ensure you use the mail that is active. You get invited for interview. Once you are interviewed and they are satisfied by it, depending on the number of vacancies they have available, they can shortlist, they can unshortlist, you can get the job offer. These are the simple steps. It's quite deeper than that, but you have to get started. Now, the question is it the immediate time I apply that I will get the job offer? And the answer is no. You know, I expect, even in Nigeria, despite that you are in Nigeria and you are applying for a job that is beside you, it's not the day that you apply for the job that they give you the offer. You can apply and they tell you that, sorry, the vacancy has been occupied, or sorry, we got somebody that is better. They can have their different reasons. So you don't expect to just sit on one. If you apply for one and they are not calling you, apply for another one. Apply for another one. Keep applying until you get it. So if you know you don't have your CV or your resume in the standard format, please ensure you start working on it. Ensure you start working on it. You don't expect that you'll be putting your date of birth, your religion, your number of children you have. They don't need all those things. In fact, it's a red flag. Once a Canadian employer sees those things, it's a red flag. You need an ATS compliant resume that would fit into the job description exactly. And we can help you with that. Now, these are reasons why some applications don't stand out. Some don't know where to find LMIA jobs. If you don't know where to find LMIA jobs, that could be an issue for you. Some don't know, they just send generic application. They will send their general CV, send it for caregiving, send it for administrative role, send it for clerk role, send it for manager role. What we do for our clients is that we ensure that they tailor their resume to each job role. The skills you need for a caregiving role can even be different from the skill you need for a home support care worker role, can be different from the skill a nanny would need, can be different from a skill an administrator, even though you might be the same person, but the way you will tailor those resume will be different. Some people submit substandard resumes. They just put 5-page resume. Which employer do you expect to be reading 5-page? That's even a CV. They don't have that time. If you submit anything that is substandard, they will just throw it out. So they say this one does not qualify. Some people will include irrelevant data or even not even proofread it, and you have a lot of errors there. And some people will not put key certificates, even if they have it, but they don't put it there. The employer will not come to your house and be asking you, you did not put this in there, do you have it? It is your resume that will speak on your behalf. So you need to ensure that you have this way of getting resume writing and cover letter. Now, these are some people that we've done these services for, and they are very grateful for the kind of work we're able to do for them. They know what the value of the application that we are bringing forth, and they are very happy for it. So we can help you out with your standard Canadian resume format with any job that you want, whether it's as caregiver, as care support worker, we can help you with that. See a recent one of our people that have gotten job just this January, and you can see the message from IRCC. These are people that we help, and you too, you can be our next success story. Now, this is why I need you to commit to this journey today. It is a journey that you must be determined that I want to get through. I want to see this thing through. And if you are willing to start this journey, there are things that we as a team can assist you with. We can give you access to our exclusive accountability community, and that community, you get job offers there, but not only job offers. You also get to meet with people that are determined that within the next 3 months, this Canada PR route, I want to see it through. I want to make it. So in that group, maybe you have been on the journey and you are giving up. You have a question, you are stuck somewhere. Maybe you are trying to write IELTS and you don't know where to write it in your area. You are in Lagos, but you don't know the closest place. You can ask. There are myself is there. I'm there. Our teams are there. There are some immigration consultants also that are there. We will be ready to assist you in that journey. Also, we will be giving you timely updates as it is coming, as we are getting the information. We will be giving you, so you know the step that you meant to take per time, per season. We will be giving personalized consultation. So you have questions, you want to guide, this is where you need to be. Thirdly, we give you access to daily job vacancies, specifically for caregivers. We have a group where we post general job posts, whether it's caregiver, whether it's home support, in education, in healthcare, in technology. But for this particular community, we post jobs that are specially for this caregiver. This community is exclusively for job vacancies for caregivers. It's for people who are determined that in the next 3 to 6 months, I am ready to get this route, and we are ready to give you all the support it needs. Fourthly, we are giving you step-by-step handbooks on the relocation route, and open your mind to opportunities that you can harness, how you can harness other opportunities on this relocation route, whether you are targeting one particular province, how it can assist you, whether you are targeting another particular job, how it can assist you. We will be doing that. Also, we'll be having weekly calls on action steps. So maybe you are stuck and you don't know what to do. You have opportunity to get it right. You will be motivated. There's no way you will not be motivated to take action. So even if you are lazy and you're already giving up, by the time we called you into that community, what's going on? How far with this? Have you gotten your worst already? Have you got what's stopping you? Why not do it this way? Why not do that? There's no way you yourself, you will not ginger up. If you are trying to do it alone, you can give up and get along. But when you join us in this journey, you'll be determined that this next 3 months, I want to dedicate myself to getting this right. So if you are here and you are ready to take on this journey, I'm inviting you to join this community. See that link you see on your screen. You can type it, save it, screenshot it, and get it on your browser. It will direct you to the page where you can get more information on how to join this community. Interestingly, if I'm to give you the value of this community, it is well worth over 250,000 naira because of the resources and the guides that we are getting you through, and a lot of headaches and money that we are saving you. But we have beat down the price so low that we just decided that, okay, for this community in the next 3 months, for people that are determined to take action, we are allowing them for 7,000 naira only. 7,000 naira just as a commitment fee. It is not the money that we will use to run our business. It's not the money that we will use to get information. It's not the money that we use to, do better opening things. but it is just a commitment fee to show that you are serious. As a matter of fact, we are looking for 30 people and it's a closed group. You can't enter in without getting access parts. So it's not a general group, it's a closed group for people that are serious and serious only to take action. So once we hit that number, it's closed. But if you decide to join in the next 24 hours, I even have beat it down further for you to save you lots of stress. Pay 5,000 naira. Pay 5,000 naira just to say I am serious and I'm ready to take on this route. Please give me access and get me ready on this journey. So once you grab your access, you have access to job offers exclusive for caregiving. You have guidance on job applications. You have exclusive perks for IELTS, whether you want to do IELTS or the certifications and you don't know where to do it, or you want to do internship and you don't know where to do it, you want reference letter, you don't know how to do it, we will give you the guide, we will teach you how to go about it, and we will hold you by the hand. It's a season of old handing that this year must be your year. You must get it right. And then we'll get you a system for your job search, how you are going to search for the job, how you are going to apply for the job, and how you are going to get through. And we are giving you the right strategy and motivation to get it done. If you are very serious, there's no way you will not get it through with the system. Now, if you need further clarification, maybe you have some questions, please contact me on WhatsApp. My number is on the screen. You can screenshot it and message me privately or message any of my team members or the admins, and we will attend to you for further clarifications. So if you want to ready to commit to this journey today, it does not matter your age, whether you are 30, 40, 50, I've clarified that earlier, this PR route is open. Whether you are in Nigeria, you are in Canada, even if you are from Nigeria but you are living currently outside the country, or you are living anywhere, or you have a Canadian visa, visit visa, or you're already in Canada, or you are just coming back from Canada, or you are just coming back from US, you are just coming back from the United States of America, and you are finding where to settle down into. See, Canada is calling you. If a country is rejecting you somewhere, another country is inviting you. Better take the invitation. Whether you're a man or a woman, some people will say, caregiving looks for a woman job. Please, let me tell you, it's in Nigeria that we always think that work of a nurse is for females. In Canada, whether you're a man, whether you're a woman, it does not matter. Any gender you are, Canada is calling you. Whether you are even LGBTQ, they are calling you. They don't mind your gender. As long as you're able to do their work for them, you are good. Whether you have your background in physics, in Yoruba language, in linguistics, in social science, in agriculture, it does not matter. They're not looking for education background. As long as you have the certificate and the requirements, you are good. Now, your relocation dreams can be a reality this year. You are ready and willing to commit to this journey today. So this is the link again. Ensure that you secure your seat. https Kotley Care2PR. Type that on your browser and get started today. Get started today. Canada has already started this permanent residence on arrival, and it can be your journey to harness this opportunity for your progress and for the opportunity of your family. So now I am giving room for questions. Many questions have been coming in, but now I will be answering many of them. So I'll go through the comment section and I'll be answering some questions. So someone is asking us, can we use WAEC instead of IELTS? No, WAEC is for your WES evaluation, which is your credential. That's what you can use WAEC for. But if you have bachelor's degree, you don't even need WAEC. Just use your bachelor's degree for your evaluation, whether with WES or with ECA. It usually costs about $120 or $250. But if you don't have much money, we still have some ways you can evaluate your certificate with cheaper cost. Those are the things that we share with our insider community on how to go about it. IELTS is another requirement for your English proficiency. So if you've written PTE, you don't need IELTS again. PTE can stand in the place of IELTS. So they are just two tests for your English. Can you speak? Can you read? But if you can attend this webinar successfully and you didn't need a translator beside you or interpreter beside you, forget it. You can score above 4 in this program. Someone mentioned that there's no age limit for the. Yes, there's no age limit. I think I've answered that exclusively. There's no age limit. Can I help with Canadian CV? Of course. My team and I are very much ready to help you. As a matter of, we are specialists in professional development, and developing Canadian CV is something we do for you. It will cost you small money, but you will get very good job. So message me, send me a message on WhatsApp, or get through to that link, and um, you will have it. Someone is asking, you can't get my number. I've shared my number previously now. I've shared my number. Okay, but notwithstanding, I will share it again. I'll share it again. Don't worry. I'll share it again. Okay. So someone else is having network issues. Don't worry, you will have access to the recording in case you don't have it. You can send me a message to on WhatsApp. We'll ensure that uh, I do that for you. I'll ensure that I do that for you. So if you don't have it yet, don't worry, we'll get it ready for you. Okay. Okay. I want to share some things with us so that we all ensure we're on the same page, so that you don't miss any information from it. All right. So some people joined. I would like to know how you joined. Is this someone invited you, or you got my link from Instagram? Or whichever way you joined, you are still very much welcome. You are very much welcome. So let me quickly just share this. So for some people that are asking, so this is my number. You can message me on WhatsApp 0810 329 2976. Just message me on WhatsApp, and I will do well to reach out to you. Do you get it? So that's my number. You can screenshot it and message me. All right. Let me continue answering this question. Someone is asking, what is kind of evaluation? I've answered that. Is it course by course or document by document? Now, for this particular route, is usually document. So whichever one you do, they will still accept it. It is when you go for the education route that they used to make it compulsory that you do course by course evaluation, because they want to know how much you scored. This one, people are not assessing your class. So whether you come out with a third class, second class, or even pass, it does not matter. They are not looking at, they only want to be sure that you are educationally sound and you went to school. That's what they need. So you can use anyone. Do you get? You can use anyone. Yeah. So someone else asked that, do we need to register with IRCC and for express entry too? For this route, you have to register with IRCC, but you will not be able to register now until the program officially launches in March 2025. That's March 31st, which we will let you know when that time comes. You will not be able to. Do you get? You will not be able to do that now, but you can get started from now. Start acquiring your information. So once you start getting your information ready, you will be able to get it. So for express entry also has its own portal. So if you want express entry, you need guide, you can message me. But nonetheless, what you need for express entry is a different route. So it's a different route on its own. So the requirements are very much different. But it has its own portal. So if you want to do express entry is open year round. So you can open your express entry profile anytime. So that one is open already. But this new route, they've just announced it, so you can start working towards it. Do you get that? Okay. Yeah. Um, I think if you have some other questions, please share so that I quickly answer. Or if you are the one you have not answered your question, you can bring it up so I can answer. Okay, someone is asking, a family of three, must the couple do the IELTS or just one person will to go? For family, one person, you only need a principal applicant. Every other person will be attached in the webinar. Every other person will be attached. Do you understand? Every other person will be attached. every other person will be attached. For this particular one, you don't need the whole family to apply. Just one person is enough to apply. Every other person will be attached. Okay. Are we have any other further question? Someone else is asking that can they migrate into Canada with family? Yes, I will answer that. Yes, very well possible. And can it be possible through the caregiver job? Yes. And there are other ways too. So if you know that you don't want to do caregiving, caregiving is not your thing. You've even considered it very well, and you say, it's not something you want. Please don't even try it. Just let it go. Just let it go. There are other ways you can still enter Canada. We have the express entry route. We have provincial nominee route, we have study route, we have LMIA route, we have rural Atlantic immigration pilot program. We have some other routes. If you are into technology, if you are into agriculture, you are into healthcare, those are some highly demand jobs. So they have their individual opportunities as well. So you can get that done. You can get that done. Yeah. Okay. So ensure you have your CV, your resume in the standard format. And once you are able to get that, I believe you should not have any issue. For those that are ready to take action, uh, do ensure that you check that link. Ensure you get that link to uh, secure your slot now. Ensure you get your link to secure now. Now, if you are someone and you know you don't have the probably you don't have the money right now, but you are interested in joining the community, still click on that link and secure your slot. We will save your slot successfully till you're able to pay. But if you don't even message at all, if you don't decide to take any action, there's no way I can guarantee you. But if you are ready, ensure you secure your slot today before it's taken up. Okay? Yeah. Someone else is asking a question that when evaluating wells, do we evaluate all our academic or just the I? The highest. What you need is the highest. So, for example, if you have masters, what you need to evaluate is the masters. Do you understand? So, just the highest of your credential. That is what you need. That's what you need. All right. Um, so, for those people that you didn't get my number, I'm already typing it on the comment section again. So if you are not able to pick it, because I think someone is saying it didn't pop up on our screen, maybe you're not able to do my screen. I've typed it again on the screen. Please ensure you do that. So this route I'm saying is an exclusive community. I'm giving you handbooks, I'm giving you guides, I'm holding you by the hands to ensure it. It's not an open community. It's an entirely closed community which you can join for that cheap price and get your work started today. So with these few points, I hope you've been able to uh, get a lot of value from today's session. By exactly 10 minutes time, we'll be rounding up this session. And if you have any other question, just share in within that few time before we call it a day. Someone is saying, are the ways easy and not too expensive? This particular route is easy but not too expensive. But is it? It's not a bed of roses, like I said. It might be easier because of the requirement, but as long as you have the requirement, you are good to go. But if you don't have the requirement and you are not ready to take action to do the requirement, there's no way we can help you. Sorry, there's no way we can help you. But if you are willing and ready to join, then please feel free, feel free to do so. Okay? Feel free to join and feel free to be a part of the program. So I'm so happy that for all of you that joined, I'm so happy to have you on board. I'm so happy you are willing and ready to be part of this community. I'm so happy and I look forward to see you on the inside and to guide you along the listed route. If you have further questions, please let me know. Otherwise, you can message any of the admin team and we'll also be well able um, to assist you. Okay, let me answer this one last question. Someone is asking, do we need proof of fund as requirement for this route? Proof of fund is not necessary. As I now, except IRCC, which is the body government agency in charge announces that tomorrow, but as of now, it's not a requirement. Are you getting me? It's not a requirement. But definitely, when you get it, if they invite you, they expect you to bring some money along, at least money that you keep yourself for 1 month before you receive your first salary. You don't expect Canada, if after they've given you the opportunity to come in and give you PR on arrival, you don't expect that they will be the one feeding you. You should have money. They expect that you should be able to pay for your flight. Don't expect some people like two free things. They will even prefer that the Canadian government will come and pick them from the front of their house. It is not that free. If you are ready, just um, um, get ready. Just make sure that you start saving. If you don't have the money now, you can start saving towards it. So everything you will need should not be more than 1.5 million, including your flight, including processing visa. Even if you want to write out your TLs, you want to process US evaluation, you don't need everything at once. With 1.5, you should be fine. So part of it you will use for your West, part of it you use for your IELTS, part of it you use for your visa processing. Because at visa processing, employer will do his own part, but you too will be sending some documents, sending this one, they will snap your passport, do this one, that one. All those things they need. But if you need exclusive guide, you've not even done your passport, join our inner community. There we will share with you close one-on-one guide to achieving this. Now I'm giving some good people another opportunity. If you are someone you know that, well, you appreciate the cost the cheap cost we are offering, but you feel that I'm not sure, what if I don't get the value for what I'm trying to pay for? What if it's not? I'm giving you this opportunity, a guarantee for 3 days. If you pay 5,000 within the next 24 hours, because after next 24 hours, it's increasing to 7,000. I've told you the value is more than 250,000 we are giving you. But if you want to be serious and join this community of determined people that wants to make 2025 work for them, join this community today and we will ensure that you are entitled. Now, if within 2 to 3 days you realize that this is not for me, I'm no more interested in caregiving route, let me try other route. Let me just be in the general group. If you want to be in the general group, we share various jobs here. But if you want this caregiver route to work for you, you need to join that inner community. I hope you get it. You need to join that inner community. And you are willing to do that, just let us know. Within 2 days, we will refund your money 100%, because that money is just a commitment fee. But if you are not ready to commit yourself, there's no need for you to pay. I hope you get it. Lastly, IELTS, I will just, what I've explained is basically for your English requirements, and is for you to have the opportunity to prove that you can speak, you can read, you can write English. That's it. So it's an exam. It's taken at a test center. Some people also take it online. You have PTE, you have the Omigo test that alternative. So while we advise that you take it at the test center, just register for it online and pay for it. If you need more guide, you need to be learner. So I hope to see you all in the inside. Thank you for joining in, and I wish you all the best. Ensure you click that link, https:/care to PR, and I hope to see you all soon. Bye.